Welcome to France, a land where history, art, and romance meet. Here, every sunrise promises discovery and wonder. We leave the crowds behind to find the soul of France. Every stone and street whispers stories from centuries past. The best way to explore, on foot, with curiosity and an open heart. France's magic is found in quiet lanes, ancient villages, and timeless landscapes. Join us as we step into the past and begin our journey through the ages. Our journey starts in Conques, hidden deep in a green valley. This medieval village feels untouched by time, its slate roofs and stone walls promising a step into the past. Conques is officially one of the most beautiful villages in France. The first view is breathtaking. Here silence reigns. No cars disturb the peace, just footsteps on cobblestones. You slow down and feel the centuries all around you. Every lane invites you to explore a quieter, simpler era. At the heart of Conques stands the Abbey Church of Sainte Foy, a key stop for pilgrims for over 1,000 years. The church is famous for its relics and its golden statue of Sainte Foy, drawing visitors from across Europe. Look up at the ancient tympanum above the doors. Its carvings tell stories of faith, hope, and warning. Inside, the abbey glows with light from modern stained glass, blending old and new. Wander the narrow streets. Discover hidden fountains, gardens, and half-timbered houses with overhanging upper floors. Every corner reveals a piece of history. As evening falls, Conques becomes even more magical. The village glows and you can almost sense the pilgrims of old. Today, hikers follow in their footsteps, keeping the spirit of pilgrimage alive. Conques is a living link to the past, a place of faith, art, and quiet wonder. Now, let's journey to a village that seems to blush with history, Collonges-la-Rouge. Nearly every building here is constructed from a unique red sandstone that glows with a fiery intensity. The contrast between the red stone, the dark slate roofs, and the vibrant green of the surrounding countryside is simply stunning. Its wealth is still evident in the many elegant manors and small castles, adorned with turrets and towers. Take your time to explore the winding lanes and hidden courtyards. One of the most striking buildings is the Church of St. Peter, right next to the covered market hall, a testament to the village's commercial past. Imagine the bustling market days. Today, you're more likely to find local artisans, but the spirit of the marketplace lives on. The history of Collonges-la-Rouge is a story of resilience. It was nearly forgotten, but was saved by passionate locals. Thanks to their foresight, we can now wander these enchanting red streets and feel as though we've stepped into a vibrant and colorful chapter of France's medieval history. We're visiting a place that's not just a village, but a legendary fortified city, the Cité de Carcassonne. With its 52 towers and a double ring of massive stone walls, it looks like something out of a Hollywood epic. Walking across the drawbridge and passing through the Narbonne Gate feels like a portal into the age of knights and chivalry. Inside, a bustling living town awaits, with a maze of winding medieval streets, charming squares, and historic buildings. Our journey now takes us from the sun-drenched ramparts of the south to the lush, verdant heart of the Loire Valley. Here, nestled on the gentle currents of the river Cher, lies a jewel of the French Renaissance, the Château de Chenonceau. It is known affectionately as Le Château des Dames, the Ladies' Castle. This is no mere nickname, it is the very essence of its identity. For over 4 centuries, its destiny was not shaped by kings or warriors, but almost exclusively by a succession of remarkable, powerful, and visionary women who built, embellished, protected, and loved it. Before the elegant arches we see today, a medieval castle and mill stood on this spot. All that remains of that original fortress is the solitary Marquis Tower, a stoic reminder of a more rugged past. The chateau as we know it was born from the vision of Thomas Bohier, a chamberlain to King Charles VIII, and more importantly, his wife, Catherine Brissonnet. It was Catherine who oversaw much of the construction in the early 1500s, infusing the design with a revolutionary elegance that broke from the defensive fortresses of old, creating a true residential palace. But its most breathtaking and defining feature is the one that seems to defy gravity itself, the stunning 60-meter-long gallery that gracefully spans the river Cher. This architectural marvel creates the magical illusion that the entire chateau is floating on the water, a dreamlike vision reflected in the gentle currents below. It's a sight that captures the heart and imagination, a perfect fusion of human ingenuity and natural beauty. The most famous chapter of Chenonceau's story, however, is a dramatic tale of love, power, and rivalry. In 1547, King Henry II gifted the chateau not to his wife, Queen Catherine de' Medici, but to his beloved mistress, the beautiful and intelligent Diane de Poitiers. 20 years his senior, Diane held the king's heart completely. She adored Chenonceau, and poured her impeccable taste into it, commissioning the construction of a bridge to connect the chateau to the opposite riverbank with plans for a grand gallery on top. She also created a magnificent garden, a masterpiece of Renaissance landscaping. But this royal love affair was not to last. When King Henry II was tragically killed in a jousting tournament in 1559, his widow Catherine de' Medici finally held the reins of power. Now Queen Regent of France, her first act was one of calculated revenge. She forced her longtime rival Diane to exchange the cherished Chenonceau for the far less glamorous Château de Chenonceau. With Diane banished, Catherine made Chenonceau her own. She took Diane's planned bridge and, in an ultimate act of one-upmanship, built a magnificent two-story gallery upon it. This wasn't just an architectural addition, it was a statement of victory and power. It was here in this spectacular grand gallery suspended between water and sky that Catherine hosted some of the most lavish festivals of the Renaissance. With its checkered floor and windows looking out onto the river, this hall became the glittering stage for her political theater. She governed France from these rooms, using extravagant parties to dazzle the nobility, secure alliances, and consolidate power for her young sons, the future kings of France. To walk through the chateau today is to turn the pages of a living storybook, each room a chapter in the lives of these women. You can stand in Diane de Poitiers' bedroom, admiring the fireplace carved with the intertwined initials of Henry and Catherine, an H and a C that, with a bit of imagination, also form a D for Diane, a subtle final defiance. Then you can move to Catherine's own chamber, feeling the shift in power and style. Don't miss the extraordinary kitchens, ingeniously housed within the massive piers of the bridge. You can almost smell the roasting meats and hear the clatter of copper pots as servants prepared for Catherine's legendary feasts. Nowhere is the rivalry between these two formidable women more vividly immortalized than in the gardens. On one side of the keep lies Diane de Poitiers' garden. It is a formal, sprawling design, protected from the Cher's floods by elevated terraces. Its geometric flower beds and perfectly manicured paths reflect her sense of order and classical beauty. On the other side, in direct competition, is Catherine de' Medici's garden. Though smaller and more intimate, it is designed with a distinctly Italianate flair, featuring a central pond and a layout intended to be admired from the windows of her new gallery, a constant, beautiful reminder to all visitors of who was now in charge. But the story of the lady's castle doesn't end with Catherine. After the assassination of her son, King Henry III, his widow, Louise de Lorraine, retreated to Chenonceau as a white-robed queen of mourning. She draped the walls of her bedroom in black, decorating it with the symbols of her grief, turning a palace of pleasure into a sanctuary of sorrow. Centuries later, during the Enlightenment, another woman, Madame Dupin, became its savior. She prevented its destruction during the French Revolution by cleverly arguing that it was not a symbol of royal excess but an essential public bridge. And the chateau's service continued. During World War I, the Grand Gallery was transformed into a hospital ward, treating over 2,000 wounded soldiers. Even more dramatically, during World War II, the River Cher marked the demarcation line between Nazi-occupied France and the Free Zone. The gallery became a secret passage, its south door an escape route to freedom for countless refugees and members of the resistance. From Renaissance queens and royal mistresses to enlightened hostesses and wartime heroines, Chenonceau is more than just a beautiful castle. It is a living testament to the strength, intelligence, and resilience of the women who loved it, fought for it, and ensured its survival through centuries of turmoil and change. It remains their enduring legacy, floating timelessly on the waters of the Cher. Our journey now takes us eastward to Strasbourg, a city with a fascinating dual French and German identity. The undisputed heart of the city is its magnificent cathedral. For over 200 years, this Gothic masterpiece was the tallest building in the Christian world. Be sure to see the famous astronomical clock, a marvel of Renaissance engineering. Climbing the tower is a must. The reward is an unforgettable view over the city's crooked rooftops. From the cathedral, we wander to the most picturesque part of the city, a district known as Petite France. Here, the half-timbered houses look like they've been plucked from a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. The scene is incredibly romantic, especially as you watch small boats glide silently under stone bridges. Today, it's a tranquil area, the perfect place to simply stroll and soak in the fairy tale atmosphere. Strasbourg shows us that history doesn't have to be static. It can be the living, breathing foundation of a vibrant present. From medieval villages to fairy tale castles, we have seen that time travel is not just the stuff of science fiction, it is something you can truly experience. We hope this journey has sparked your curiosity for your own French adventure. The history is there, waiting for you. If you found this video inspiring, we would be so grateful if you could give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more great travel content. Please leave a comment below and let us know which of these French time capsule destinations you'd love to visit the most. Until our next journey together, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and as we say in France, bon voyage.